All right, here's a question where you're asked to add this polynomial with these two rational expressions. So I like the factoring that you've done there, and so you come up with x squared minus 3 over x plus 2 and 4x plus 7 plus, and then x plus 8 over, and that should be a 3, right? So you factor out a 3 and you're left with x plus 2. Okay. So now what I need to do is get that common denominator. And that might be part of what's going on. So common denominator needs to have each one of these factors. Here's a factor, here's a factor, here's a factor, here's a factor. The most number of times it occurs in any one factorization. So my lowest common denominator has to have an x plus 2, and it occurs once here and once there, so I just need one of them. And then it needs a 4x plus 7. I have 1 here, none over there, so 1 is good. Then I need a 3. I probably should put that at the front. Let me put it up here. So I need a 3 because it occurs once here and none here, so once is the most that it occurs. And then x plus 2 I already have. So this will be my lowest common denominator. So what I like to do is I like to write what I have already. So x plus 2, 4x plus 7. That's coming right from here. And then on the top, write what I have, x squared minus 3. And then I use a different color, just because I'm into colors. And I include what isn't in, I have to add something that's not in the common denominator. So I have this already, I have this, but I don't have a 3, right? So I need to include that 3. And if I include it on the bottom, I also need to include it on the top. And probably I should have written them at the front. Doesn't matter according to the commutative property, but I'll put them there for now. Okay, plus, write what I have, x plus 8 over 3 times x plus 2. And then compare this with my common denominator. I have a 3 and I have an x plus 2, but I don't have this 4x plus 7. So I need to include that on the bottom and then include that also on the top. What you do to one thing, you do to the other thing. Okay, so now I've got my common denominator. This and this are both the same. Different order, but they each have the exact same factors. So now I can write with one big denominator. So x plus 2, 4x plus 7. Let's put the 3 out front. And then on this first one, I'll have 3 times x squared minus 3 plus, then I'll have x plus 8 times 4x plus 7. Okay, feeling fairly good. Now let's just do some stuff to the top there and so sort of see what pans out. All right, so I have the 3x squared if I multiply this through, and then this, minus 9, plus, this looks like a FOIL thing, so 4x squared plus 7x, plus 32x plus 56, all over my lowest common denominator. Now let's collect like terms on the top. 3x squared and 4x squared would be 7x squared. Those are out. X's, these are my two x's right there, so it'd be plus 39x. Gone. Minus 9 and 56, I think that'd be 47. Plus 47. All over 3 times x plus 2 times 4x plus 7. Now you could try and factor that top thing, but I'm pretty confident you can't factor it. If you could, then maybe you could cancel with some factors in the bottom. but I'm pretty confident that that's where I would stop.